From miles to medicine, connecting the Boston Marathon global The Run Where You Are campaign to building WIDO, every great movement begins with a simple act. In this case, the act is running. Through the Boston Marathon Global Run Where You Are campaign, runners across the world are invited to transform physical endurance into social infrastructure. The building of the WIDO Medical Center, the heart of the Nyamba Mumbai One Health campus. The numbers behind the project make this connection remarkably tangible. From your miles to medicine, how your run builds WIDO. You run for many reasons. You run for strength, for discipline, for clarity of mind. But now your run carries a deeper meaning. When you run as part of the Boston Marathon or join the global Run Where You Are campaign, your miles become more than personal achievement. Your miles become the foundation of the WIDO Medical Center, the future heart of the Nyamba Mumbai One Health campus. Imagine this. Somewhere in the highlands of Laikipia, a mother is preparing to give birth. Today she may travel hours to reach a hospital, but because you chose to run, the hospital she needs will rise. Because you moved your feet across a road or a trail, a place of healing will stand where there was once only open land. The entire WIDO campus, hospital, school, and food systems center requires roughly $24 million to build. Within that vision, every hospital bed represents about $78,000 of infrastructure across the campus. Now picture what your running makes possible. When a sponsor supports your run at $1,000 per mile, your effort becomes transformative. If you run 10 miles, your run generates about $10,000, helping build the clinical spaces where doctors and nurses will care for patients. If you run a full marathon, more than $26,000 flows toward the hospital. 3 runners like you, running with purpose and inviting sponsors to support you, bring enough support together to build a permanent hospital bed. Think about that for a moment. A hospital bed where a child will recover from illness. A hospital bed where a mother will safely deliver her baby. A hospital bed where a life will be saved. And that bed exists because you ran. Now, imagine what happens when thousands of runners join you. If 1,000 runners across the world run a marathon and invite sponsors to support their miles, the movement raises more than $26 million, enough to build the entire WIDO One Health campus. That is the power of one runner multiplied by many. Wherever you live, Boston, Nairobi, London, Cape Town, Tokyo, you become part of the same story when you run. Whether you run 5 miles through your neighborhood or complete a marathon distance, your steps move this vision forward. Your participation also connects you to a global community through the work of the Actuate Foundation. When you and your sponsors contribute to the project, you receive Actuate tokens, recognizing your role in building decentralized health infrastructure. You also receive Mumbai tokens, giving you a voice in the governance of Nyamba Mumbai and the future of the WIDO campus. Your participation, therefore, becomes more than philanthropy. It becomes stewardship. You do not simply give, you help guide the future of what you build. Because the project uses quadratic funding, your participation becomes even more powerful when you run and invite many people to sponsor your miles. Even with modest contributions, the collective impact multiplies through matching funds. Your community amplifies your effort. And when WIDO begins to serve its community, when patients receive treatment, when mothers deliver safely, when children enter classrooms, future retroactive public goods funding rewards the early supporters who made the vision possible. Your run becomes part of a lasting legacy. So when you lace up your running shoes, remember what your miles mean. Each mile you run becomes a brick in a hospital wall. Each marathon you finish becomes a ward filled with healing. Each step you take brings hope closer to families who need it. Run where you are. Invite your friends, your family, and your community to support your miles. And know that somewhere in the highlands of Laikipia, a hospital will rise because you chose to run.